anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Hey, Lindsay? I wish you didn't smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke. And I miss my friend. I'll be outside.
In addition, it's cooler in the summer. 7 or 8 of them were sprawled on mattresses, watching some inane game program on a battery-powered television receiver and smoking marijuana cigarettes when I entered. The whole place was permeated by the stink of stale beer, unwashed laundry, and marijuana smoke. They don't regard marijuana as a drug.
Hello. If you're watching this expecting like a good, coherent video, not it, it's just kind of me rambling, trying to help myself sort of thing. I was hoping maybe like 50 people would watch it and I can rewatch it. It's kind of like a video journal thing that I'm doing. But basically what happened was, so I was about to go, back to this job. I was getting really depressed, this fishing job, and I was gooning. I watched pornography like 10 times, and it was kind of bad, and I could notice the effects of it like pretty quickly. Like I felt like lower IQ immediately, and like the anhedonia, like the lack of motivation, was very, very acute. That's like what I hear. I remember talking to this drug addict after my first B season. I was drinking with this Samoan guy and a Filipino guy in a park, and there was this lady that was in the bushes that started screaming out of nowhere like, "Ah!" And I thought she was like dying or something, but she had just gotten maced. And she said that a lot, like acute, and I made it seem like she was high IQ, but she might have been high IQ in the past, but obviously like meth is going to lower your IQ. It causes like actual brain damage. And I think I was listening to this podcast, Dream Eskimo, dreameskimo.com, good podcast, on circumcision. That's something I really liked to listen to when I was 19, when I was door dashing. That's when like the pandemic hit. I really liked that podcast, and he was like, I think we're just beginning to see the negative effects of pornography on the brain. And I was reading Your Brain on Porn by Gary Wilson, and it was basically like all these like industry it like mirrors the tobacco like gaslighting about like how it's not bad for your brain. There just aren't long-term studies on it because it's new, and also there are actually some studies like the brain changes in pornography mirror drug changes. Like you have less gray matter in the brain, and that's the case with literally just using social media too, like Instagram. But I do think pornography is much worse for sure. But I think I've become like fairly successful. Like I'm not like really successful. Like I have like $50,000. I would have had more if I didn't lose $20,000 in Bitcoin. I bought it at 100. I was following this guy on Instagram who was like, dude, like Bitcoin's gonna like 10x, and he's still like very bullish on it. He's like an aircraft mechanic, but he's like really fucking rich. He has like a shit ton of money in Bitcoin, and but yeah, he lost a lot too during the crash from like 100 to 60K. I had 50K originally. I bought it at like 100K, went down to 60. So I lost like 20K, went to 50 to 30K. So yeah, I'm basically, well, back to the point. It's I could feel like an immediate effect, but it wasn't that bad. Like I could still kind of function. And then I went on the boat and I was like, I've been doing okay, I really don't need like that. Like I have enough money. Like I really don't need to work another bee season and save 40K. Like I should just like get out. Like I'm not gonna work here and save up enough money for a house. Like my like sanity and like mental health and like well-being is just better. It's more important than owning a house, I guess. I guess I could just maybe I should have just. I guess I could always go back. It's just I don't know. Is it really worth like 200? I don't know. I guess if I work there for like 2 more years, I could own a house, which is kind of cool, I guess. But like I would have to own it, like buy something in like West Virginia or like Texas. And the property tax in Texas is pretty bad, actually. It's like what is it? It is like it's like a lot. Like if you have it's like fucking 10% or something. Some guy in my work was saying that to me. But yeah, basically, like what happened was like, okay, so like they have this thing on fishing boats called offload, and you have like 16-hour shifts, and like we had just gotten like they block a lot of sites and stuff on the boat Wi-Fi, and we had just got back to port. We had gotten cellular data, and I just got mobile data again, and so I like impulsively started watching porn, and then I couldn't. I was so like stimulating, I couldn't sleep, and I even before not being able to sleep, I still felt like really like acutely like, oh, this fucked my brain up. But like it got like way worse, like the longer I stayed awake, because before that I had to stay awake 16 hours like cleaning. We had just gotten done with the trip, and then I had to I stayed up all night because I couldn't sleep, and then I had to stay up another 16 hours. So I was up like 40 hours total, and then after that I felt really fucked up. The next day I couldn't get good sleep because I was flying home. I scheduled my flight for the next morning because I wanted to be too safe, the next morning after offload, and so I was basically like literally like slept in the airport. So I actually did manage to fall asleep with a sweatshirt I bought at the airport, but it wasn't the best sleep, and I think that compounded things. I remember I was just totally zombied out. Like I was like, yeah, this is permanent. I didn't know how permanent it would be, but it's just one of those moments when you can intuitively kind of be like, okay, like this is, my brain's kind of like fucked. And it felt like the time I got alcohol poisoning in Wisconsin, and I didn't know if I would ever get better. I was like really, I was just praying a lot, and I was basically like, I was praying a lot, and basically like trying to get as much BDNF as possible. I was just like, yeah, I need to just get as much BDNF as possible. Maybe like I'll have like some hope of getting back to normalcy, and I actually did. I actually like got back to normal, and I kind of forgot that ever happened. So I'm hoping the same thing can happen here, and I just have to be patient. But I do think I need BDNF. I'm 24 now, so I have less like neuroplasticity, so I can't afford to like make like do fucking cocaine or something, I remember my friend said like he did cocaine when he was my age, and like he like lost all of his like childhood charm that he had like accumulated up to that point. He'd like kind of had a personality change because it was so like impactful, and he was basically like, how many of my ancestors died for me to do that cocaine, and it was like, yeah, I mean, the people that came before you like made all these sacrifices for you to be able to exist, and you're just throwing it away. Like drug addiction is really like, if you extrapolate it, it's very selfish, and you're not just harming yourself, you're harming other people. Like like for example, like I'm kind of a piece of shit. Like my mom just came down to visit, and basically like she drove down 4 hours from up northern Michigan, and she came down to visit because she's like she was going to take me up she was going to take me up north, and she was going to I was going to stay with her, and I mean, she's retired, you know, but I have to pick up a Toyota tomorrow that I found on Marketplace, a nice 2000 Toyota. It's kind of a junker. It has 250,000 miles, but it's only for 2,000. So I'm pretty excited about that. Speaking of which, I gotta message them right now. I'll just edit this part out where I'm messaging them. But yeah, so that's why, you know, I didn't go back up north with her, because I was gonna pick up this Toyota. But before she left, she was gonna go visit my elderly neighbor who, you know, is kind of dying. Well, I don't know if she's getting there. I mean, she has cancer. She has pancreatic cancer, and she's like 87. So like, you know, but she is on. She's in a nursing home right now, unfortunately, because she has to be on an oxygen machine because what is it called? The chemotherapy had messed up her lungs, you know, and so she basically. Yeah, she can't breathe normally. Medicare is really fucking her. She can't like get like oxygen at her home yet. She has to just wait on that. And once she can go back to her house. You know, it's pretty dismal there. It's, you know, the air is very stiff. She can't open the windows. She has to like eat dinner with like this woman. I mean, she's not senile. She's actually pretty lucid. She's getting there a little bit. But yes, back to my aunt, or not my aunt, I was talking about my elderly ex-neighbor who, because I moved out, my mom sold her house, and I moved out, and I probably should have visited her, but part of the reason I didn't was because, I just feel like such shit. Like, it's hard for me, like, if I'm just like, right now, like, I just have like bad brain damage literally from watching pornography. I didn't even watch it that much. Like, I literally watched it like 10 times. It's not like I'm like, when people think of a porn addict, they think of someone who's just like fucking gooning like for like 15 years and shit. I don't know, but like I literally like, it feels fried. It feels fried. Well, obviously it was in combination with the lack of sleep. But even before that, it was getting bad, and it's hard for me. It's just hard like to even like have a conversation with like my mom, and like it's just hard to just like sit there, and like it's pretty pathetic. And so like that's another example. Like I'm spending less time with her, and she's like literally about to die. So, and also my mom came all the way down here. I mean, I did have dinner with her, and we watched a movie. We watched Steven Spielberg's what is it called? It's Disclosure Day. It's like D-Day, but with aliens. And that was pretty cool, you know. But like, yeah, she went basically like I spent some time with her, but I should have spent more time with her. Like she literally like drove all the way down here, you know. But I was just like you know, because I just felt like embarrassed and a little awkward. You know, I feel like she could tell something was up with me. I don't feel the same. I mean, it's not like my personality changed. It's not like I got schizophrenia and like I don't have the same person. I'm still me, but like it's just like I am different. I mean, like you are just basically like the combination of everything that happens to you. So this is just another one of those things, and hopefully I can beat it. And you know, that's part of the reason I'm making this video, is to like record this, you know, record my thoughts and basically record my goals. And my goal is to get a 5-minute mile. Well, I'm also going to try to do some YouTube editing, do some like editing for other people online, so make a little money, because I think the economy's bad. Like I think the restaurant industry is kind of bad right now, because people are just poor, and so people aren't eating out as much. That's like something I was reading on Reddit. And ChatGPT was affirming this, like it's just getting worse especially for like non-chains, because they can't like absorb, like they have to operate on thinner margins. Chains are just like more efficient, so they can kind of absorb that. But yeah, like that's why like I went to some places they're just not hiring. Like last year I think they were hiring, but now they're not. Like I think also maybe that's the fact that like I'm older now. It's like people think like you're 24, like you're fucking grandpa. Like it is pretty bad. I'm kind of a loser. I mean, so yeah. But I mean, I think the most important thing is like honestly like your IQ. Like it's kind of like really important. It affects like not being a drug addict. It affects not being obese. You know, it affects your life success and your ability to empathize with others. And I don't know. People say that's not true. I think that is. I don't know if that's true. Like I don't think like low IQ people are like inherently like mean and don't. But I do think if you do get like beneath a certain threshold, that is true. But I think maybe with like certain like IQ levels, there's a sense of like duty that like you feel like more acutely. You feel like this sense of duty. But that might just I don't know. That might